Alright guys, welcome back into another episode of our race save on Hutan Pantai. Currently it is about the middle of August and we are cultivating our fields after our harvest. The plan for today's episode is basically to do all, or maybe not all of it in this, well I guess between cutting the chunks out, we're going to try and get all of it done in this video. Or, I shouldn't say all of it, everything besides the planting, so we're going to get the fields cultivated, and then, yeah, maybe we'll do the planting too, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, we'll do the cultivating, then we'll do the fertilizing, and then we'll have the planting. And again, with the amount of money we're in debt, we don't really have a ton of options for what else we can do. Probably in a year or two we're going to get more land. We could possibly pick up some equipment. And I'm still thinking about if I want to do that or not. I'm going to go back and get this so I don't forget. Got a little chunk in the corner here that I missed. My field shape is not great, so I kind of miss all of the edge around the entire thing. So I basically have to make two passes. I wasn't all the way up to the edge on any of this part coming up here, but that was just because I knew I would have to go back and pass it again. So hopefully we can get all the way to the edge there. Nope, we're gonna have to back up. Alright. I tried to maximize the field area, which was a good thing, but yeah, it does make some parts kind of funky. Like if you look right at the road, it's like very bumpy all along the edge of it. Kind of surprised that it allowed me to do it, but it's something we're gonna have to fix eventually. But yeah, I'd like to pick the rocks. I know that would definitely help our machines for the wear. I think in this episode we're gonna be doing a little bit of everything. We're probably gonna have to bring some water again to our greenhouses. Cultivation, water, fertilizing, maybe planting, not sure on that, and then we'll probably have to move some of the rice saplings again. If I remember right, we have 7 on the outside, and then we have 1 full inside, so we'll only have to have 1 that pops out. The rest of them are already done. But yeah, let me know what you guys would do. I'm curious to see, because I know, I've said this before, you know, it takes money to make money, right? And that's why we have a bunch of debt. Like, would you just double down and get more debt, buy another parcel of land and plant it on up, or... I know I still got a little bit there missing on the edge, but I want to grab this before I forget. Or, I think there's kind of 3 options. There's not do anything, and I think that's a fairly solid option just considering how far in debt we are. Then there's the grab a little bit of gear, which I think is probably just the rock picker at this point, right? I don't think we need a roller for these fields. I could be wrong, but I don't think you have to roll rice. I don't think that's ever a thing. So that wouldn't give us like a bonus yield or anything. Alright, that is the last of the edge of the field now. Other than that little corner over there, which we're gonna eventually fix that again. Oh, perfect. Alright, we got the GPS on. Lines hidden. Yeah, so the 3 options are don't buy anything, just go through the seasons, that's it. Option 2, buy a rock picker, pick the rocks, save your machine from damage, or machines. Option 3, buy more land. And more land would mean more product. I think that wouldn't be a bad option. at this point. The reason I say that is because currently we have to shut down our production for a couple of months. And I think it's like 4 months? I'm not entirely sure. Is this on the right line? Oh, it is. Okay. It seemed like it was kind of off. So not doing anything would allow us to pay off our debt quicker. Sort of, because we're not going more in debt. Going more in debt would actually make us more money, but we'd have larger debt to pay off. So going more in debt would be smarter in the long run, I guess. But yeah, I think I might just... I don't know. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and get a rock picker. Well, I don't think it's probably worth it at this point. I really want to, but it's probably not worth it. It's another 45,000, I think. And that is a huge chunk of money for us. I mean, that's about 1/4 of our entire harvest just for a rock picker, which doesn't actually increase our yield. Would just save us a little bit of money on vehicle maintenance. So yeah, let me know what you guys would do. It'll probably be too late by the time you guys reply because I'm trying to get a little bit ahead on the series. But yeah, we'll, maybe consider it for the next time. So what I'm kind of considering doing, this is probably a dumb choice, but would be to sort of set ourselves up. What I mean by that is like fix all of our trucks and buy a little bit of extra fertilizer. I don't know how much I need for my fields, but just buy a couple of them. They're not expensive, about $2,000 a piece. But if we could like put a bunch in our trailer, that way we wouldn't have to worry about it for a while. And then we could probably get a bigger loan again and then increase our yield, which, helps us pay off our loan faster. Like I said, I think we have about a 4-month gap where we have to shut down production. So we could try and fill that gap so our production's running year-round. I don't know how much field area that would actually take to fill that gap. But that's something that I'm trying to figure out if I want to do or not. The thing is I know currently with our field size, we make about 170,000 at top price. So that's, basically we have 170,000 sitting in production right now. And our loan is $325. So one full plant and harvest will get us back to about $0 is where we're looking right now. So I think I'm going to buy some more land. I'm not sure. We don't really have the money to buy a big chunk because we're pretty far in debt, $325. And I also have to leave a little bit of wiggle room because like last time I would take out a $5,000 loan and then the interest and property maintenance and production costs would eat away like $1,600 per month or whatever it was. So we do have to kind of be careful with that. After a couple of months it'll eat away at that $5,000 loan, so we probably do want to leave about $20,000, which means we can take out roughly $160 or so. That'll put us at like $485. So if we can find a piece of land for about $160, maybe buy a little bit more fertilizer, I think we should be good the rest of the time. Maybe we can, if we're, probably try and play it safe, buy something for $150 or $40 maybe, and then we're probably for sure good. So I think that's the plan. Maximize the amount of money. We'll pretty things up later with like the field shape and the edges and all that stuff. Once we get a bigger field, start making some big money, The way I see it is this field is worth about half of what we have, So this field alone is worth probably like 80K, I would say. Our other field is worth about 80K. And then our small field up there is probably worth like maybe 10 or something. I can't remember the ratio, but I did add up in total. We own 9.02 acres, I think it was. And this is like 4.3, that's like 4.3, and that's like, must be what, 0.5 or something like that, you know, around there. So these two fields are like 9 times that one, which those numbers didn't exactly add up from, well, yeah, pretty close actually. What did I say, 80K, and then 10, so that's like 8 times. So that was probably pretty close. So yeah, if we can buy another field roughly this size, it would be worth about 80K per year. So if we took out a $160,000 loan, it would pretty much pay itself off in 2 years, that field alone. So yeah, I think we're going to try and do that. I haven't looked at fields at all, and like I wasn't planning on buying a field. I just, as I started recording, figured that's what I wanted to do. So I think let's do that. We've been doing the cultivation here for a little bit. We do have some other stuff to do, so in order to fit all that in, let's take a look at field prices here. Actually, I'll just stay in the tractor so we can get the music, keep that going. Alright, let's do a little bit of zooming out. I should have looked at this beforehand because some of these fields aren't flat. One field that I was looking at earlier, I'm going to visit this. This was a long time ago. Is this one. So we own just on the other side over here. I'm just going to run under this train track area. So this is our rice field. One of our rice fields. Here's our equipment. The trees we chopped down. I did cultivate this one because I'm trying to, you know, do some of it off camera. So this one is done. As you can see, it's all black, brownish colored, and this one has not been touched. So we got the outer edge of this one, this whole thing, and then this middle part to do, this middle part, or the whole thing to do here. But yeah, the field we're looking at is 15. It's 163,000, so actually that almost works out perfect for the price range. It also works out that it's really close to our other field. So right there. And it also works out because it's really flat. It's very flat. I guess the backside is raised up quite a bit over here. Oh, I didn't think about terraforming costs, though. I'm not sure if I could terraform this down further and have less of a grade here. I got stuck in the side there. Maybe I could just make the field basically the same size as it is right now, or maybe even slightly smaller, cut it off like right here where it starts to go up. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. That does, what is it, 163. We'll call it 164. Wait, 6 acres? Yeah, that's only 4. Oh, because the field area, it's larger out there. That one's 4 acres, this one's 4, so basically 5, 4.5. And this is 1.8, but it's a lot smaller of actual field area. So, yeah, 163 would put us up to 400, we'll call it 165, 490,000. That wouldn't really give us a lot of wiggle room. Man, if I even had like 10K more. Maybe we'll look a little bit longer, see if there's any better matches. Maybe we could do something smaller like this. Or 16. 118, that looks pretty solid. I'm trying to run back. Probably should put up the map here. Okay, let's run to the road here. Actually, I'm going to jump into the build mode here real quick. Construction. Oh yeah, that's a very nice big flat field. I might even like that one more. Nice and flat all the way back to the very back there. The one bad thing is it doesn't let you build under the bridges. I have tried before, so you can go like, actually that might even be the back right there. You can go a little bit probably closer to like right here or something, and then there's like a zone where you can't, so that would basically be the field size. And it's really nice because right now it already pretty much goes to the edges, so I think we're going to do that one. What was that, 118? Yeah, that leaves us wiggle room. Let's do that. I'm going to save it quick just in case I screw something up when I'm creating this field here. So we'll save it, go back to the field. Oh, I have to take out a bigger loan, don't I? Borrow. So we need about 120. There we go, 121. So we're 445 in debt. Let's go here. Buy. Yes. Wait, how many acres was that one? 4.87, 4.63, so it's roughly the same size as this one. But this one does have a little bit of edge here. All along there has a little bit. Obviously the cutout for the tree, and then the two greenhouses we have take up a good chunk of space. So this field at 4.98 is probably more close to 4.63. This 4.63 is almost all the way to the edge. You can see it's very close. So this will probably be our biggest field. This thing will probably pull out 90,000 or so. Something like that. I might have to take out a bigger loan just to do the... let me do that for the terraforming. Let's borrow another... we'll just max it out. Wait, can I go more? Yeah, 500,000. Okay, that's it. So we got 58,000. Let me back up a little bit more. And let's try to do this. I haven't done this in a little bit here, so let's go construction, I think it is. Fences. No. Red shadows. Wasn't it here? Here we go. Rice field. Okay. So this might take a little bit, guys. Let's try and start. Yeah, I think we want the pump probably on this corner here, and then the rest of the field is fine. So let's do something like that. So after a couple of tries, we finally got the field to work. It was very expensive to flatten the field, and it looks very funny. You can see all kind of like ledges back there. But basically this part was flattened down, and even here there's like a little bump out where the sign is. But this part was brought down about 1 meter, and I think it looks decent. And then as we go this way, again it's kind of got some bumpy bits and stuff, but and then this part was brought up. As we run towards the back of the claim, farmland, whatever you want to call it, it kind of flattens out. So I think I got a pretty good height on it. I actually didn't know you could adjust the height for quite a long time. But yeah, here it's like almost completely flat, and maybe even down a little bit. So yeah, it's really nice over on this edge. That edge not so much, but we were dealing with some of it being too low, and like obviously you can see here it's definitely brought it down, but way back here it's brought it down a ton. And I'll probably come back through and like put more grass on some of these parts where it's like missing grass and just looks funny, like that part. But that'll be a much later thing when we get more money again. But yeah, had to bring all of this down a lot. So some parts had to be modified and go up, some parts had to be modified and go down. I thought the field was pretty flat, but when you look at how much we had to bring this down, or like this, that's a pretty steep drop from the road right there. So, yeah, it costed all of our money pretty much. We have $7,343. That's with all that. I took a... we had 325,000. We took out an extra 100 and... what would that be? 75,000? The land itself was 118. So basically to terraform or transform the land took us about 50k, and then we got an extra 7. So $50,000 to transform this farmland. But yeah, that is now done. So let's see, does it have like a need plowed state or anything on it? The entire thing needs plowing. Okay. How about... oh, it's cultivated. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go to the other end of our claim. We're going to grab the plow. We're going to do a little bit of plowing. Yeah, it's a good thing we don't need to buy any... oh, we shoot. I was going to say it's a good thing we don't need to buy any seeds, but actually we might. I think we're probably good. We have a lot of them built up, but it's good. Possible we could run out. So we'll see how many it takes to plant our fields. I'm just going to leave this implement here. Okay, where's the front on here? I'm not sure which side's which. I think this is it. Nope, that's definitely not it. Okay. Okay, we got it. This is exciting and also nerve-wracking at the same time because we're right back in the same place we were last time. There's no way we would have been able to afford that 160,000 or whatever it was, 163 field. Well, actually, maybe, I guess. Maybe it had a lot lower terraform cost or whatever you want to call it, transforming. Because, yeah, we spent 50,000 on that field. I'm kind of excited for, like, probably 5 years from now, when we can start to pretty up our fields, make them look nice. I feel like our fields look like crap right now. As far as, like, the edges and stuff, like, just all bumpy over there, and I don't know. Alright, so from here we gotta turn right on this road. And, okay, that's our field on the left. Straight in front of us is our field. Okay, kinda weird. Okay. I just wanna, again, confirm. The entire thing needs plowing. Okay. Turn on the lines for a bit. Okay. Again, to get the far outside, we are going to skip the first row. I know it's pretty close, but just to make sure we're getting it all. And we're definitely bringing up some rocks. We're only bringing up rocks, as far as I can tell, when I do this, is on the parts that were not field before. Once you get into the middle section, which was all field, that's no longer the case. So Although I think I might be wrong on that. This was, well, maybe the very outside actually. Let me look. Oh, nope. I think I'm wrong on that. I think they added rocks to the entire area now. So that, I should have picked up a rock picker for 45k now. Because now we're really going to damage our equipment. I guess that'll have to be next year. We have no money for it now. Mistakes were made. Oh man. We really got to be careful here because, like, if you look at our money, look at our fuel. We don't really have much fuel. I have to make sure I fix and fuel up all of our vehicles before we advance, or else we could be screwed. I'm actually quite nervous about that, I'm not gonna lie, because in our other fields when we did this, only rocks popped up on the edge of the fields where we expanded them. This one, the entire field looks like it's going to have rocks, which is going to wear our equipment probably really fast. I've always just had a rock picker, so... And we only need it once. Like, pick all these... Well, I guess we could rent it. Because I guess I could rent it right now, pick all the rocks in our field. Maybe I should do that too. Oof. Because if we rented it, picked all the rocks, we wouldn't have to worry about the wear and tear on our vehicles, and we're gonna go negative whether we rent that or not. You know what I mean? What am I stuck on? Because yeah, if we go negative just from our what is it? If we go negative from our loan interest, our property maintenance, and production costs, or if we rent the machine, either way we're going negative. It'll only be temporarily negative, I believe, but it might be it might be too much to come back from. I don't think so, but it's possible. The reason it's possible is because it could be, we could fall too much in the hole to where we can't, like, fuel up a vehicle, don't have any money to rent a vehicle, don't have, I guess we could sell equipment or something at that point just to get by. I don't know. It'd be pretty tough. I think we'll be alright though. But I think I might rent equipment. Might rent a rock picker. Alright, so there is the first layer of the outside of the field. Looks like we do have some double fertilized sections, and also the parts of the field where we expanded, it has nothing, but there's also little blue patches, like light blue for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. It's interesting. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get medium stones throughout this entire field, which is not good at all. We got a bunch of stones out here, and a bunch of stones where we expanded this field. You can see exactly where we expanded it, you know, on this one. I don't know why that middle section is there though. It's kind of odd. But yeah, this one we just expanded the edge, maybe a little bit across the back, a little bit around the front. Alright, so we're here at our greenhouses, and we got to move at least a few of these. Can probably load up our truck again. I think I might just drop them out in the field here and move them. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's grab these ones first, because these ones are already sideways for us. There we go.
Down the grocery mart. We don't make the prices. We just think them up and write them down. Highest prices near and far. Only found at grocery mart. Country hits 98.6 KUMT Elm Creek.
There we go. That should be all of them from this one. We only had space for one extra, so that is done. As far as more of them popping out. There we go. So we're getting a little bit of variety in this one. Yeah, I think we should probably be good, but it might be close, honestly. I'm really unsure of how many of these we're going to need. I think I'll keep track of how many we have, / how many we go through. And actually, I got a really good idea, because when you go over to these, it'll tell you... So the size of this field's 4.13, but if you look at it on the map, it says 4.98. So it's actually much smaller than what it shows up as. So I could do the math for how much acreage we have on the actual, fields, the rice fields, and then figure out how much we use for all of our acreage, and then we'd be able to sort of figure out an X amount per acre. Someone's probably done this, but we would be able to know exactly how much we would need per acre. Now let's turn that back on. But then we would know exactly how many we would need if we were to buy more land. We would be like, okay, well, we're going to need another 16 things, 16 pallets of saplings, or whatever the case might be. I just realized that's probably just wide enough to fit another layer twisted sideways in the middle there, where I could scoot them over. Alright, I'm going to leave this here. We're going to go into the truck, and we are going to go pick up some water. Like I said, we're getting a little bit of variety in this one. We'll do some watering, Then we'll do some fertilizing. Oh shoot, I gotta buy that fertilizer before we go in too much debt as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Or not do that. I'm gonna check what the price would be to rent a rock picker quick. Did I pass it? I must have. Here we go. Okay. Oof, that's a big price. Might be worth it though. 2,800. Alright, let's grab... I'm gonna grab at least 2 of these. Okay, now we should be set on fertilizer. Wait, now it took out the construction cost, 50,672, and then 3,840 for fertilizer. So 50,600 was our construction cost, guys. Isn't that crazy? Okay, let's drop off the water. That one's full. Drop off the water here. Okay, we have an extra 1,000 liters. Is that enough? Yes, that should be fine. Okay, let's do that. Alright, here we are. Drop that off. Alright, that's full. I think I might leave the trailer here. I don't think I really need to oh. I don't think I really need to do the maintenance on this truck, really. And actually, I probably don't really need to fuel this thing up either. I just don't really use it all that much. 0.8 hours total. I think I'll do it anyways. As far as fuel goes, it's only going to be a couple of dollars probably. $24. Okay. Alright. So let's do a little bit of fertilizing here. We do have to go back to the store and pick up some more fertilizer as well. I'm still debating if I want to rent the rock picker or not. I'm really not sure. What I'm going to try and do is back this thing up. Basically get in the exact same tracks as we were in. And then try and turn it on for a quick second and drive forward. There we go. Same thing here. I'll try and get it backed up and get that corner done quick. There we go.
Capture moments time can't hold. Every frame a ticking clock echoes in my soul. You were my
That was not what I wanted.
gone too soon, too soon. Every night I see you in stars. Wish
There
you
we
weren't
go.
so far.
It's got an interesting jump left there on the blue line.
Capture moments time can't hold. Every frame a ticking clock echoes in my soul. You were my light, my moon, gone too soon, too soon. Every night I see you in stars. Wish you weren't so far.
So I got a little part to pick back up there that I missed. I think I missed a little piece there at the end too, didn't I? Yeah, a little corner there.
Guitars play our favorite
Oh, apparently turned the engine off.
ghosts of laughter in the breeze. In my heart there's room for you. Your spirit never leaves.
Yeah, I got the corner. Very nice.
My light, my moon, gone too soon, too soon. Every night
All I'm gonna do is just turn here and give it a quick spritz.
we're so far. You were my light, my moon, gone too soon, too soon. Every night I see you in stars. Wish you weren't so far, weren't so far. Wish you weren't so far.
It does have a little bit of overlap from that first row, but that middle row looks like it'll be perfect all the way down. It does look like I missed a chunk way up there as well. We're just gonna go like this. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we missed a little patch. I can't really show you with the mouse, but just at the end of the white line there. That was when we ran over. Can't think. Ran over a crop. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's see if we can get all that all the way to the left. Looks like it did miss just a chunk. That chunk could be a chunk that we ran over as well. It doesn't look as straight, so I don't think it would be. Yeah, we didn't. Oops, didn't miss that part. We'll give it a little spurt. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go to the store. Here we are at the store. Let's pick these up. Again, we bought this just so we wouldn't screw ourselves with not having enough. I was like, I don't know how much we'll need, but I'd rather just be safe than sorry, so let's fill it up. Now, even with our money shortage, at least we know we have enough fertilizer. I think we should be fine with this tractor. The thing I'm worried about is the planter. I think that's going to be it, guys. I know we kind of started a little bit of everything, but yeah, I'll kind of go over it. So we got to cultivate this field. Then we're going to fertilize this field. I think we'll do planting in the next one because we got a lot of field work to do before we can plant. So cultivate, fertilize, and then we'll be done with this field at start of the next video. We'll finish moving all of the rice saplings out of there. we will... this field's actually done. It's been fully cultivated, fully fertilized, good to go. Actually, it looks like I missed a tiny little chunk there. Oh well. Obviously this whole edge got missed as well. It does slightly miss that, but whatever. And then we're gonna go around this field and plow that. It looks like it's been double fertilized, so we shouldn't need to do too much there. So I don't think we'll be doing anything else. We'll just plow it and then plant on it later. But if we do have to fertilize, I guess we'll do that. It looks like it's done. Then over here we'll have to cultivate and fertilize this one, and that's where we'll probably start at the start of the next one. So a lot of work to do. We have 4 fields now, all spread out from, it's kind of funny, bottom left, sort of central left, central right. It's not really top right. I guess that'd be like way up here. I actually didn't even notice they ever had all these trees up here. Oops, untag. Yeah, I never really noticed all of this part of the map. I just kind of seen this sort of central area. I knew they had these ones, but that's interesting. I guess I hadn't really looked at this too. I knew they had this big town area, but there's a couple of trees. But alright guys, that is going to be it for episode number 12. Actually, let's check our production here. And not that, here we go. So our greenhouses are full. A couple liters of saplings, same thing. Same thing. Oil mills, just down a little bit. We haven't really done too much, you know, real time hasn't, it's been quite a bit, but with game time it's set at half speed, so we've gained 500 liters here total so far since dropping off our rice, which it's currently 11:17 in August, if you guys were wondering. I'm gonna check. So yeah, I think I'll fix this vehicle as well, just because we're going to use it quite a bit. Maybe I should go do that now. No, I'll do that at the start of the planting video. We'll start out and fix it. But yeah, this one, it needs a little bit of maintenance, but we're not going to fix that, I don't think. This one, we may... No, I don't think we should fix this one. We should be able to sell our product, I think, before we have to fix this one. So this one should be fine. This one should be fine. So yeah, it's just the planter. But yeah. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one.